Well, good afternoon. Happy Friday, November 5th. Mark Milam here, your mortgage professional with this week's interest rate summary and market update. So it finally happened this week. We finally see the Fed begin tapering their purchase program for mortgage-backed securities and treasuries. They're tapering by the tune of $5 billion and $10 billion respectively. So if you haven't been paying attention, the Fed's been buying up mortgage-backed securities and treasuries really since the pandemic began in earnest. And they've been buying up $40 billion per month in mortgage-backed securities and $80 billion per month in treasuries. But as inflation persists, as the economy recovers, as the pandemic has gotten more and more under control, the Fed has decided, and they've been telegraphing this move, they've decided that it's time to begin scaling back on those purchase programs. And effective Wednesday, 2 p.m., with the announcement, the Fed is now pulling back $5 billion from the purchase program for mortgage-backed securities, $10 billion for the purchase program for treasuries. All of that meaning is that the Fed has decided it's time to start gradually removing the emergency support it provided to the market in the wake of the global pandemic that we all experienced. So what did this mean for interest rates? Well, crazy enough and somewhat unexpectedly, it actually was good news for interest rates. And the reason why is that the Fed has been telegraphing this move for months now. They have been saying they're targeting the end of the year, targeting perhaps November, early November, to begin its tapering program, and interest rate increases for the Fed funds rate would be later into 2022. And that's exactly what they have done. Markets don't like surprises. The bond market specifically doesn't like surprises. And when you take a look at what's happened in the bond market, it's been really positive since the announcement. Matter of fact, the past 2 days have been excellent days in terms of the pricing in mortgage-backed securities. Just as a refresher, green days are good days. Red days are bad days as it pertains to mortgage-backed securities. Red days, the securities selling off, interest rates are going up, vice versa on green days. And you can see we've been on a nice little run here for about the past week and a half. And the past 2 days since the Fed's announcement have been really positive as well. What's going on here? Why are we transitioning into better territory with interest rates while the Fed is removing support? It's really two things. So the first I've already touched on. This wasn't a surprise. The Fed didn't catch anybody off guard. This tapering has been priced into the market now for the past several weeks. We saw price deterioration in early October into mid-October. All of that was the market positioning itself for the tapering announcement. So the markets don't like surprises. This wasn't a surprise, and we see very, very little negative reaction out of the market. But this positive news that we've seen is really centered around what's happened over the Atlantic at the Bank of England. The Bank of England has announced that they are not hiking their interest rates. They caught investors by surprise with that particular move. Almost everyone thought they would begin interest rate increases, especially because their inflation is upwards of 5% over there. But they've decided they're going to hold off on any kind of interest rate increases with the Bank of England, and they're going to see how this plays out. They do anticipate that they're going to have to hike rates in the months to come, but that did catch markets by surprise, and it was a bond-friendly announcement. Anytime you get one of those, you see bond pricing improve. That means interest rates are getting a little bit better. So all told, we're really in pretty good territory compared to where we thought we would be when the tapering began. If I can be of any service to you over the weekend, please don't hesitate to reach out. Mark.milam@highlandmtg.com. Thanks.